Hello, everybody. It's Michael Finkley with The Michael Finkley Show.
And I'm Nicole with Conversations with Nicole. You can join me Wednesdays at 9 a.m. on all of my streaming platforms.
Well, Nikki, don't forget about The Michael Finkley Show, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CTR Media Network.
Join us.
This is Director Ryan Givens on The Michael Finkley Show. And if you ain't tuned in here, I don't know what you doing, because this boy good.
On the next Michael Finkley, gospel legend himself, Brent Jones, stops by. Plus, gospel newcomer Malcom Christopher II. Thursday.
There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go. New and the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, y'all, my next guest, he is the gospel star, singer, songwriter extraordinaire, and all the above. But he's going to talk about that and so much more. He's none other than, of course, Brent Jones.
What's going on, everybody? Now, Michael called me a star. I'm not a star. I'm a light. Because he said we are the light of the world. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just the light. I ain't a star.
Well, you have to understand that stars give out light.
Oh, okay. I see you're being really, really in depth.
You see how that works?
You're Greek and you're Hebrew today, yeah?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for being with us and just chatting with this little country boy.
Oh man,
for a little bit.
Thank you.
For a little bit.
Do you have enough light? I feel dark. Hold on.
Okay.
And let me see. A little better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. We can see you. We can see you. Because the light was already on, though.
Right.
He just talked about the light, y'all.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So I've been listening to you like literally all of my life. Like literally.
Really?
Literally, like the songs that you make are just so timeless. They still ring, and you know this. They still ring today. Did you always have that in mind when you create these songs?
Well, the gift of songwriting is something that I cherish and that I know that I have. God gave it to me, and I cherish it. I love the fact He gave that to me. I'm not really a singer. I can sing and teach and produce and show what people to do and all that kind of stuff, but I don't profess to be Marvin Winans and BB Winans and Luther Vandross and all that. I can sing, and when I really focus on singing, I guess I do a decent job. But Mike, I'm a songwriter and I'm a producer, and I know how to take a choir and make them kind of just do what it do. But I'm a songwriter. I think the song, I just saw something today, I think on IG, where Quincy Jones was with Khalid, and they were talking, and Quincy was like, it starts with the song. He says, I don't care how good the singer is. I don't care how bad the singer is. If the song is good, and I know I can call off in the gospel industry bad songs that were sung well and didn't do a thing, or songs that were not produced well, but are some of the biggest songs in the gospel industry. I'm not going to say what those are because people are going to try to shade me, but call me on the private and I got you, okay?
We're gonna talk offline. We're gonna talk offline.
Right. But yeah, it starts with the song, man. And I thank you for that. I try. Yes, I knew what I was doing because I grew up in the 80s where everything was a hook. The bass line was a hook. The drum pattern was a hook. The guitars, whatever the guitar was doing was a hook. The lead synth line was a hook. You could tell what a song was without even the vocal even coming in, just by those hooky things. And I think that's important as a songwriter. How are you going to hook me in? I don't care how anointed you are and how much we speak in tongues. If you're not hooking me in musically, it's not going to stick. There are songs that we are mad at that work. Why? Because the hook worked. Touch your neighbor and say the hook worked. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
I intentionally, when I do my songs, a lot of people, oh, Brent, do you sit before the Lord? Yeah, I do. I do. But I sit before this piano and I started using the gift that he gave me with melody. And I test melody with my singers, my choir, my local church choir, whether they can sing or not, or whether they, because every church choir does not have a Ricky Dillard and a New G. So, you got to test songs on, just people who want to sing for Jesus. So, and if you do 2 rehearsals and that song gets in, okay. It takes 2 rehearsals.
That's it?
2 rehearsals. You'll know. In 2 rehearsals, you'll know once you start when it comes to gospel and you start teaching the song and it sticks and people like it after choir rehearsal. And because I try to introduce all my new stuff early at choir rehearsal.
Yeah.
So I'll do it early. And then at the end of choir rehearsal, I see if they remember the hook. They might not remember the verse. But what's the hook? Don't wait till midnight. What's next? When
there is no sunshine.
Right, you know that.
You are a stranger until there is danger. That just ain't right.
Right. Now you may not remember the verses and all that kind of.
We know it all.
You remember that midnight? Okay, yeah. So then I do it the next rehearsal. If I could just open rehearsal, don't wait till hold the mic out. What is it? And everybody still remembers their part. Come on, Mike. That's a hook that you need to do something with.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, I didn't give the brilliant Hebrew.
No, we're in the brilliant mind of you. This is where we are right now.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
But I love songwriting. I love reaching
tell
people through melody with harmony and hook and I love that. And I study it. I study R&B. I study rock. I study classical. I started playing the piano, and for the first 5 years of my piano career, it was nothing but Bach and Beethoven, Tchaikovsky and Mozart, and so all those melodies, we sing the most important, a very popular melody we sing every 365 days. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Melody. Watch this. And you know the melody, even if the person can really sing or they can't sing that well. You know what I'm saying? That ba 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 ba. You know it. You still know it.
You still know it.
And man, I just think that's important. If we're gonna keep songs and gospel that people are gonna resonate with people, that's what's up for me. That's what's up.
As long as there is a you in this world, we're definitely going to continue that. Yeah. I gotta ask, when did you discover the gift?
I think 14 years old, my godfather, he was a choir director and he was a songwriter. And he looked over at me while I was playing for him in his rehearsal. I was very comfortable just playing the piano for him. I was kind of like a child prodigy when it came to piano and playing for folk. And I remember being 14 years old, and he was probably 32 years old, and he was over the choir, and he was teaching original stuff that was killing. I mean, I think about those little songs, and as elementary and as corny as they were hooky. And I remember in one rehearsal, at the end of rehearsal, we getting ready to close out. He was a pastor, so he was going to pray us out. And he said, okay, son, next week, you're going to teach a song that you write. What? A song that who writes? Me. Okay. So needless to say, no homework got done that week. So because I had to write a song. I wrote the song. It was called We Exalt Thee. I do not remember it. That was a long time ago. I had a birthday.
I was going to ask you to sing a little bit of it.
I know it was an F, and I know it was upbeat because We exalt thee, Lord, we praise you, Lord, we lift you up, and we worship you. That's not it. That's all I know.
That's it.
Yeah. We exalt thee, Lord, we praise you. Something like that. Yeah. So it was a praise and worship song before praise and worship was even a thing.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. So yeah, and he made me teach it to all of my peers. I'm 14. They were 14, 15, 16, all high school. He said, teach it. So now you already know. I'm nervous, but I had to deliver because my godfather told me I had to do it. And see, I came up in an era where when adults spoke, that's what it was. That's what it was. You didn't have no mental health day.
Right.
No. If the adult spoke and then you revered the adult too, and you thought he was dope, oh God. You know, and I thought my godfather was really God, for real. So, you know, because he could take a little song and just make it so powerful that teenagers would be in awe of him. So, yes, sir. I wrote We Exalt Thee, and I remember the response, the feedback that I got in rehearsal, because, you know, teenagers going to give you the real feedback. If they don't like it, they're going to be like, well, barely singing it or whatever. But if they like it, they're going to really sing it, you know? And so, you know, church kids, you know, so yeah, they was really singing it. And after I taught like the first part of it, they was like, what? You know, so at 14, that's all I needed. What? I don't need nothing else. This is it. This is it right here. I just won the lottery.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Rolling with it ever since.
Yes,
rolling with it ever since. How does it feel when people look at you and they tell you you are an influencer within gospel music?
Wow, I don't know how to take it. I appreciate it. I hope, watch this. I hope I am. I hope I influence people to, you know, songwriters and musicians and choir directors. That's what when I write it for, especially my Sunday morning stuff, I write it for the choir. What? That's the audience right there. If the bands love playing it, choirs love singing it, the directors love teaching it, that's a win-win for everybody. So now God gets the glory in this excited music realm. Everyone loves what they contribute. The sopranos love their part, the altos love their part, the tenors love their part, the band loves their part, the director loves his or her part. So now when God anoints it and puts his oil in it, what happens? The people are edified and blessed and encouraged and inspired. You know, it's a formula that just has to happen. And I think we've gotten away from it in the gospel industry. Everybody's just trying to be a solo artist. I don't care. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care. No. The choir is the artist, and I write for my artists.
Well, that's the thing, though. You know your audience. That's the major thing.
Yeah.
And you give them what they want.
Yeah.
You give them what they want. Now I gotta talk about these songs that I love. I love all your songs. I do.
Okay.
But just a few come in mind when I think about the great.
Okay.
Great, which is you. So you already mentioned one, Midnight.
Uh-huh.
Midnight. Oh my gosh. We sung that at my church years ago. Come on, God. Come on.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh my gosh. So when you wrote that song, right? Because the first time I ever heard it was Not Under You. You didn't sing this version.
This was Coco.
Coco. We heard Coco's version of it.
Oh yeah.
How did that come about? Did she come to you and ask? Did you like, oh, you want to get this song to you? Like, how did that come about?
I'm an R&B fan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so in the 90s, I remember hearing Coco's voice for the first time. I was driving, and the song was Love Will Be Right Here.
Mm-hmm.
Be right here. And the girl who was singing, I'm like, because I'm thinking, who is that? It wasn't Mary J. It wasn't Faith. And I'm thinking, okay, well, in the early 90s, it wasn't In Vogue. It wasn't Janet. I'm thinking, well, whose voice is that? She's killing. Oh my God, she's killing. And so I literally, when I stopped, called the radio station. These were the days where you can call the radio station and somebody would pick up and talk to you. Go figure. And I said, hey, what did you guys just play? This is a new single by this new group called SWV. And I was like, SWV. And he said, yes, Sisters with Voices. I'm thinking, Lord have mercy. I said, thank you. That's all I need. Is a single out? No, that single won't be out for another 2 weeks. Long story short, single came out. I went and got it. I'm looking at it. These three girls. I don't even know who's actually singing, and so I'm looking at Coco, Lee, Taj. I'm thinking, okay, well, who was singing lead?
Right.
I didn't know. Anyway, I did some more investigating, did some more digging, found out that Coco was the lead singer. And I'm thinking to myself, and that's all I would listen to. This is when, to me, the music industry was real. When you had a real single that resonated with people, and then that was the marketing for the album to come. Remember those days? Single came out, and that means, if we love that single, that means the album is just going to be dope. So then I went and bought the single came out 6 weeks later, the album came out, and by this time, all I'm listening to is SWV. I don't care about nobody. It's just about SWV. And that first album, Be Right Here, I'm So Into You, Weak in the Knees. I'm thinking, who is writing these songs? Oh my God. And then I'm hearing this voice, and she's killing that gospel vibrato, but I'm hearing this low richness, and I'm like, I want to write a song for her. Anyway, so our first single was called Good Time. We did very well with Good Time with my group, the TP Mob, and so it came up time to do the second album, and I was creating material for the second album and gathering material. And so I wanted to do Midnight. I wrote Midnight with Coco in mind. So the label was like, well, Brent, who's going to sing this in the group? And I'm thinking, no, nobody in the group. I want Coco from SWV to sing this. So, the label executives were like, who is Coco? And she's an R&B singer from a group called SWV. Well, this is when that didn't set well with a gospel label. You bringing in a secular singer. I hate the word secular. I like the word mainstream, but okay. So you bring in this secular singer to sing. Can't you get Karen Clark or Dorinda Clark or, can't one of the Clark girls? Why can't you get, and okay, I love them, yeah. But I hear Coco. So I kind of had a little temper tantrum, a little spoiled attack. I said that I want what I want. And, I did the whole artist thing. I'm Erykah Badu. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my, So I was like, yeah, I want. So anyway, Coco was on tour with a play, and they came to LA, and I got my way. The label said, okay, so we paid her and treated her like a rock star, like she was. So I was starstruck. I picked her up from the airport. Me.
What?
I picked her up from the airport. Yep. And I think I had a Chrysler LeBaron, and it was a red Chrysler LeBaron with gray interior, and it was a convertible. You couldn't tell me nothing. You could not tell me nothing. Anyway, so I picked up Coco. We went to the studio, and I'm like in awe of Coco because this is the girl that sang "Weak in the Knees" and "I'm So Into You" and all these SWV hits. Right? Get in the studio. We had sent her the song. She loved it. The girl who demoed it was dope. She was from Kansas City. Her name was, I forget, Stephanie something. Anyway, Stephanie killed it. She's like, Brent, the girl who sang the demo, oh my God, I hope I can do it justice. Anyway, 8 hours later, Coco, ladies and gentlemen, Coco Gamble, that you hear. Anyway, to this day, she's one of my favorite singers because she doesn't sound like anybody else. She's in her own lane. And I love the fact you see SWV out with the old school tours now and all that. She's still killing. The vocals is still polished, and she's. And then I met the songwriter, Brian Alexander Morgan. Oh my God, I'm more starstruck with him than I am Coco. But that's how that whole thing came along, you know. But yeah, it was frowned upon at first. It was really frowned upon.
I have times of change.
Right.
Oh my gosh. The next one I love, because we sung this at church as well.
Okay.
Open your mouth and say something.
Okay, yeah. That was TP Mob's warm-up song. And all we had was, come on, Saints, give it up. Give up the highest praise. That was it. And, you know, TP Mob was a performance group. So I always wanted the intro to be that. Boom, boom. So we rehearsed in the studio with mirrors. So on that, we would tick. So
y'all was thugging it out.
Yeah, you know, and the rule was, however you tick, freeze after the tick. So you had to freeze, right? And then come on, Saints, give it up, give it up. Come on, Saints, come on, Saints, give it up. And that's all we had, Mike. Give up the highest praise. That was it. Oh no, we had if I couldn't say a word, wave my hand. I just want everybody praise the Lord. Think about what they done, got to give it up. That was it. And that was just our warm-up. I just wanted to get the group blood moving and the tick and da. Anyway, so I was somewhere and I was this wasn't even TP Mob. I was warming up a choir. And I used the TP Mob song to warm up the choir. And so my MD was like, Brent, you need to do something with that song. That song will kill. I'm like, really? Brent, that song, ooh-wee. So, okay. So we did that song, and I don't know if you ever heard the long version, but there's a bridge. If you go to the album, it is Open Your Mouth and Say Something, long version or album version or something like that. There's a bridge, and it's actually dope. And it kind of goes away from the funk into this real sweet R&B kind of line. Anyway, I needed a vamp though. You know, it needed something now to pull it all in. We come on, Saints, give up the highest praise. Couldn't say a word. It's a praise song, obviously. Okay, so what does every worship leader or many worship leaders say every Sunday morning? Praise the Lord, everybody.
That's it.
You know, the whole fuss, the crowd out. Come on and praise the
Lord,
Lord, everybody.
Get them ready.
Right, get them ready. Come on. So, y'all, okay, you're clapping, but you need to open up your mouth. Open up your mouth. And I said, okay. It's because I'm thinking I'm putting myself on stage. You know, open up your mouth. Open your mouth. Okay, clap your hands, but open your mouth. Say something to him. Say something to him. And so we went to the piano. We started putting the rhythms together. Open your mouth, say something. It felt funky to me. Open your mouth, say something. Hey, say something. Say something. Hallelujah. Open your mouth. Man, I tried it out in rehearsal. You know what did I tell you? I tried it out in rehearsal. Choir was losing their mind. Came to the end of the rehearsal. Started doing it again. They still losing their mind. Next rehearsal, they still losing their mind. So guess what? That became the vamp. And that became the whole song.
The art behind the music. I love it. I love it because like when we do it, it's like we bucking, like say something. Like, you know,
right.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Say something. Let's get it.
College choir. There's this college choir. They sent me a clip. They have fully choreography, and it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. One of those universities down in the South. And when I tell you they are killing, woo-wee, ooh-wee.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got to look for that one. I definitely got to look for that one.
Yeah, I gotta call my bestie and find out, but he knows. But yeah, it's killer.
Oh
It's
wow.
killer.
But then that all leads to what we see today in
Mm,
your new album, Live Your Best Life, with the
yeah.
single
Uh-huh.
Nothing Else Matters, which went number
Yeah.
one on Billboard for over
Yeah.
54 weeks, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now let me tell you that the inspiration for that was we're in COVID. Everybody's in a state of shock. Lots of Most of my industry had shut down.
Yeah.
Nobody's touring. Churches are closed. Everybody's afraid to
Yeah.
be in a setting of people. It was rough for me, Mike. It was rough for me. And, I guess I was having a mental health issue. But I was very depressed. Anyway. So I needed a song to bring us out of depression. I needed a song and so one of my most favorite R&B songs is a group out of Waco, Texas, called High Five, and the song is called The Kissing Game. Every time I hear The Kissing Game, I smile. That is just one of Teddy Riley's best written and produced songs ever. And I said, I'm gonna write a song with that kind of vibe. And I like the way you kiss me when you play in the kissing game. I wanna praise you, lift you up. Hey, I wanna praise you, lift you up. Mm-mm-mm. Nothing else matters. Yeah, man. Yeah, so nothing else matters to me. That felt good. So we got that first half of the song. I did a verse. And then I needed to bring it home. What do I really want to stay? What was going on with me? I was complaining a lot. Everything was a complaint. Oh my God. I was mad at Donald Trump. I was mad at just everybody that was just a part of that whole COVID-19. I was just mad, just a lot to complain about. And I did. I'm not going to sit back and say, oh, I was walking through the kitchen praying for stuff. No, no, I wasn't praying. I was complaining. And so I said, okay, so the vamp needs to bring me out of what I'm doing. Instead of complaining, I dare you to praise him. And you got to get a place in your praise. You don't care who's looking at you. Because see, it's just when you care what people are looking at, and I don't want to be embarrassed. And, okay, you still in your praise moment, because that's very flesh, and I'm praising, I'm clapping, I'm aware, I'm all that, and so I'm concerned what people are thinking. That's the humanness of us, right? But then when you tap in, when it's just you and God, and that vehicle of praise becomes worship. And he is the only thing that matters. He's the only thing that matters. I don't care who's sitting on this side of me, who's this side of me, who the pastor is, who the minister of music is, who the band is. God has me. He has my attention. And now it's all about him and I. And I don't care who's looking at me. That's just what it is. So we brought it all together. Instead of complaining, I dare you to praise him. I don't care who's looking at me. And it felt so good. I said, okay, well, we got to keep them going. We got to keep the choir going. We got to get it higher. So we just kept on raising the key, half steps, and people love the song, man. They loving that song.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It has a message. It definitely has a message behind it. It really, really does. And in response to that, what are you working on next? Because I know this always goes.
Yeah. Well, my label partners said, okay, Brent, you need to start planning for your new live recording sometime in the winter of 2025. We keep it going, man. We keep it going. So another group of 11 to 12 new songs. I have my kid album out now. It's a teenage album. It's called The Fire. And these are a group of middle school and high school kids that I mentored in Los Angeles. It's out on all streaming platforms. It's called The Fire. You're going to love this. It's not gospel, but it's all life affirming music and feel good and great message music for kids of this age, very age appropriate stuff.
Yeah.
There is a gospel song on here called Spirit Fall Down, great choir song. A lot of adults are singing it, but there's some points on here that the kids are talking about bullying. There's a song on here called Sunglasses, where if you want to know where I'm going to my future with my sunglasses on because it's so bright. So it's those kind of messages that I'm getting. It's called The Fire. It's on all the streaming platforms. I have a praise and worship single that's getting ready to come out. Well, no, it's out. It's called Majesty. You go get that. It's out on all the streaming platforms. Majesty, you'll love that. Good old choir song though. It's worship, but it's a good choir song. So what's next? I want to do The Fire on a bigger scale. So I got to figure out, I got to slow down my touring schedule so I can really hone in to do this. My label partner just suggested to me for 2025 doing a music conference. Who knows? Okay, a music conference. Go figure. Would you come?
Of course.
Are you just saying that? I mean, would you really come?
No, I will really come. I will really come.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know where I do it. I'd probably do it in Las Vegas. Everybody wants to come to Vegas. I don't know. But a music conference for 2025.
You have done so much, sir. You've done so much in your time. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I am. I mean, I have made a lot of mistakes in my life and career and what have you, but all those mistakes make me, where I am now. I've been successfully married for 31 years. I have a beautiful wife, and my daughter just got married.
I know. Congratulations. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I've definitely done better in these last, I would say 5 years, after COVID and right before COVID. Yeah. I'm getting comfortable in my skin, finding my lane and enjoying the lane.
I have to ask, I promise you, I got to ask this question. When the ministry of marriage, what did that teach you in pertaining to the ministry of music?
Discipline, balance. I have not mastered these yet. I'm just calling them out. I haven't mastered them. Discipline, balance, accountability. Just like I make those altos be accountable to their note and tenors be accountable to their note, there's some accountability things that I have to be in marriage. I'm not the most balanced person in the world. I carve out time for, my wife, because we're empty nesters now, what I'm saying? So I have to carve out time. So we're married. She's an entrepreneur as well. And, so we can both kind of be passing in the wind or whatever. So, we just came off a great 6-day vacation in Puerto Vallarta, and we looked at each other naked and said, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So those kind of things are important. And I have to force myself because I love working. If I could have did a concert in Puerto Vallarta, I'd have figured it out. Trust. I figured it out.
I got you. But my thing is, my good friend, please continue to make your music because you just don't know how much you're still inspiring those individuals listening that are going through, just as you go through, as you have went through. So please continue. Don't stop, please. Don't stop.
I promise you I won't. I love what I do, so I'm not going to stop.
It shows. It shows. How can the Think Fam follow you on social media? And one more time, how can we stream this amazing new album, Live Your Best Life?
Live Your Best Life is on all streaming platforms, and some people are Apple Music. I'm a Spotify guy. So all of them. Pandora, Apple, of course, YouTube, all of that. Okay. Social media, Brent Jones Music. That's IG. Brent Jones Music. My website is brentjonessound.com. brentjonessound.com. All my information's on that. Facebook, my name is my government name, Brent Jones. And I try to answer everybody, I try to, at least.
Oh, go follow him, Think Fam. If it's his government name, go follow him, Think Fam. Brent, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the platform. God bless you for what you're doing. And thank you for asking questions that are, not the norm. How long have you been saved? Really? That's what you want to know? So thank you for asking musical questions and industry questions. And yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're that much more three-dimensional now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Think film don't go away. Back in a moment.
Hi, my name is Juanita Lolita, and I am excited that you are watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, Pastor Eartha Edwards stops by. We discuss her music and her Stellar Award nomination. And Low-Key Mahalan is back with us, Fink Fam, to discuss his new documentary, Dying to Vote. Monday. Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or a speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you.
Hi guys, welcome to Awaken. We wanted to serve the city of Mullins. We are church owned, and we felt like a coffee shop was such a huge need in the city of Mullins. There's nowhere for people to just come, get a cup of coffee, sit with friends, maybe do some work on the laptop. And so we feel like it was a service that we could give back to the city. Well, our hope is that people will feel calm, that they'll feel welcome, that it'll be a place where they can come and just clear their mind.
We come here twice a day. That's how good their smoothies, their coffee, their lattes, frappes, delicious. I would love the atmosphere here. If I had time to come and just sit and relax, I would. It's awesome.
One thing that I really love about it being here is just the cozy environment. It's so inviting. I can come in here and I can get my schoolwork done, a good coffee and a good meal. But I'm just really thankful that they're here and that I have a good place to go.
We're open Tuesday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Awaken Coffee Bar, downtown Mullins.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now y'all, my next guest, I'm truly excited. It's been in the making for a while. We're excited to be here chatting with this amazing individual. He is a gospel singer, songwriter himself. He's none other than Malcom Christopher II. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
I am super uber well fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just another day the Lord has made.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Every time I wake up in the morning, I realize that I'm alive. I'm like, I'm alive. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. That means we have a little bit more purpose left.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes,
for
sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir. But I'm super, like I said, I'm super excited to be chatting with you. I'm looking forward to this all day long, literally. I gotta talk to Malcolm. Gotta chat with Malcolm. Gotta talk with Malcolm. So you know that in the Bible it states, there are gifts will make room for us, right? And says it for great men. When did you find that creative being of who Malcolm really is?
I found out pretty early on. I found out, I want to say probably like around 11, 12 years old. I've always grew up in the church. My mom, my dad, my aunts and grandmother, they always made sure that I was always, in the church, singing in the choir, just, working out my salvation within the church. And so I'll say around, like I said, 11 to 12, when I truly had that first encounter with God was, through church. It was actually, through having to step out within the choir and being able to like lead songs and things like that. And the songs and the things that we were singing about, it started to minister to me in a way that I needed it to. And I've been rocking with Jesus pretty much ever since then, So yeah, it started real early for me. And it's been an amazing journey.
Amazing. And it shows in the work that you do today. It definitely shows experience. It shows relationship, right?
Right.
It's not just a one-time encounter and it's over, but this is a life thing. This is a
Oh
daily.
yeah.
This is a yearly thing. Until they say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." Listen, as they
Right.
come over my casket, we have to be in this, and that's what you do, and it shows through your music as well. What was that experience like when you picked up that microphone for the first time to actually sing his praises? What was that like?
The first time it was nervousness. But at the same time, it was more so it was an encounter where um it couldn't ever be about just me and self and what I wanted to do. It was a moment where, okay, God, I need you to help me. I need you to lead me. I need you to guide me, through this. Because the responsibility that I'm taking on is singing your message to your people and making sure that they get it in a way to where they'll want to, be involved with you, want you in their lives, it's like that. So that's the first encounter. It was just like, okay, Lord, here we go. I'm not really sure of how this is gonna go, but hey, I trust you, so when you're in the hands of God in that way, nothing but great things is gonna come out of it. So
Amen. Amen. I always say when he's in it, it's always good.
oh yeah.
It's always good. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
word. So when you started, taking the craft seriously, right? When we realized that
Mm-hmm.
we have these gifts and talents and you start taking it seriously and, you're praying, about the gift, you're fasting, in this way to get to that next level, what it looks like for you, right? How was their reaction to people, right? Well, what were the people of God or people just saying in general about, oh my gosh, this dude can really minister through song?
Well, the people were more so at a shock because I always grew up loving basketball. My favorite player is always Michael Jordan. So, time I stepped into the lane of ministry, artistry, and things of that nature, that was like, but this is the kid that plays basketball. We know him from basketball and all those different things. So, when I stepped into it, that's the feedback I got. But overall, it was more so like, oh, he's turned the corner. Not only is he good at doing that, but God has him in his place to where he can use him for his kingdom, and it actually, will mean something. It actually will be valuable. You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm saying is everybody don't make it to the NBA. Everybody don't make it to play basketball. But when you sign up to be on God's team, as far as what He wants you to do, His will and His way for you, hey, we all valuable. We're all worth it. We're all going to receive what God has for us, and so that's a great team to be a part of.
Yeah. And I love the way you say team, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great team to be a part of. It's a great way to go in life, right?
Right.
Straight and narrow, all the way to the right, right? Never to the
Mm-hmm.
left, always to the right, of him. So I love the story of how he's blessed you. But what is that story of trials, tribulation, struggle? What does that look like? Because you make it look so easy. And especially in the church where we at times don't really dwell on the struggle at
Right.
times or talk about it,
Right.
right? Forgetting those things right behind, reach toward things the before. But we
Right.
have to be reminded to not go back. So what does that
Right.
struggle look like to get you to where you are today?
So that struggle, that trial, that has gotten me this far, it started early as well. Um, I would say I had to grow up a little faster than most kids. My mom, my dad, they've been married forever. But in this one particular incident where my dad he came from an outing with his friends or whatever like that, and he fell asleep behind the wheel, and he ran into the back of a state trooper. And this was I think this was around about my senior year. And at that particular time, the family dynamic was I'm the oldest son, and I have two younger siblings. And so my two younger siblings, they knew about God, but they didn't know about God how God wanted them to, know about him as far as their relationship. It hadn't expanded yet. And so with my dad having to go away and actually doing 3 years in jail, we had to rely on each other. You know what I'm saying? So you got my mom, first time being without her husband. You got the kids, first time being without our father, because he's always been there. And so when this happens, I just see God how He took me, as far as my relationship with Him, and He stretched me and He grew me. He did the same thing with my sister. He did the same thing with my brother, and He also did the same thing with my mom. And then not only that, while my dad was away, he kept his hand on my dad and stretched him and grew him in a way. And so when we all came back together, we have this family, this togetherness to where it's like, man, like, God has done an amazing work in each one of our lives as individuals to bring us back together and make us stronger. And the result of that is, I'm the gospel artist. My little brother, he's a preacher. He's preaching all over. And my sister, she's a worship leader. And my mother and my father, they continue to do things within church and, continue to just, spread, the good news about God and just about our story and how, God had us in this particular place. But, that wasn't, the end all be all. He literally wanted us to get to this place in order to bless us to be able to share our story. And so that's where it comes from. And then from there, me just growing up on my own. I'm married now. I have a wife. We've been together 4 years, going on 5. We have 2 children together. And even with that, that's been a task from coming from a young man and then into a man that now has to provide and lead his own family, And so with that, you have to shed a lot of the things, a lot of desires of self, and understand that it's not just you anymore. It's your wife, it's your kids, and it's also God. So priority changes, switches, or whatever like that. And I had to learn that it was God first, family second, and then everything else after that. And understanding that and putting those things together, it has shown me that God's will and God's way is the best. And through all of that, you will reach the goals and things that you desire to do, but you got to follow the plan that he has in front of you in order to get there.
Whoa. It seems like you've learned a lot and you're still learning.
Oh yeah.
As well. And I feel that's what life is all about, in the sense of learning who we are, within ourselves, within the kingdom, within our families, within our circles of friends, in the church, our gifts. Like it's continuing learning process.
Oh yeah.
Right. And today we can celebrate your EP Shift. Can we
Definitely.
talk about
Yeah.
this amazing project? How was this process? Like, give us the insight of where your mind setting was when you developed this amazing EP.
So this EP, at first the title Shift, it literally started with the first single that was ever put out, and that was I'm Flowing in Grace. That was the first one. And like the first line in there is, when I think of all of what you've done for me, Jesus. And we just pause right there. So when I'm thinking on it, I'm thinking about everything that I just told you, as far as my family, as far as my immediate family, my mom and dad, and just thinking about all of those times that you have made a way, how your grace, had covered me and covered everybody else that was attached to me. And so from there, it just came to me, from God, shift. Like at each moment where you thought you were supposed to be in this particular place, God shifted and, he turned things around, or he elevated you in this particular way or whatever like that. And so from there, that's where the concept came from. And so you get songs like I'm Flowing in Grace. You get songs like Mighty You Are, that just literally talks about how mighty God is. And then you have the single that we're pushing, Do It For Me, which basically just it's just a prayer to God, just a plea out to him, of me actually remembering those moments where I'm like, God, my way ain't good enough. Everybody else that I talk to, they trying to steer me in this direction. I don't feel comfortable with that. And I have the time, I don't even understand where they getting their ideas from. I need you. I need you to do it for me, and so with my story, it translates through these songs, but not only through the songs, with the actual title shit. So
When I was listening to your single "Do It For Me," it reminded me of that sound reminded me of the country old school sound that you're hearing, gospel music way back when. I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude, is he from the Carolinas or something? Like, literally, I had that feeling and took me back to me being in my grandfather's church when I was a young dude, and
right.
listening to that sound and the people around the altar tearing around the altar and all this kind of good stuff. He brought me back. So
right.
Your mission has been accomplished. So it's not going back to you, boy, my friend. I know that. So what is Malcom? First of all, I love your name. I should have said it in the beginning.
Appreciate
I love your name, sir. I do. I'm like, he has two names, like two first names. I love that. I love it. So what is Malcom working on next?
So the next thing is the video for "Do It For Me." It should be coming real soon. Also, if it's God's will and the people continue to keep supporting, which I'm praying that you all continue to support, we're going to go in album mode, and we're gonna put this whole thing together and bring about a whole album. But other than that, that's what's gonna happen from there. Whatever God has in store, I'm just open and patient and just waiting. And when He says go, I'll be ready.
You have no choice. Well, you have a choice, but you don't have a choice.
Right.
Makes sense. Yes, sir.
Right.
Are you proud of yourself in this point of your life?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely proud of myself. I think more so than anything, I would say this is the first time that I've ever just been satisfied with where God has me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, the world, social media portrays it as, hey, you just got to keep grinding and keep going and don't celebrate the small victories and things like that. So each and every day, I'm just taking it and celebrating it and just thanking God just to be able to see another day, just to be able to get to this point. So I'm definitely proud of myself, and I just can't wait to see what God has in store.
I love it. Oh my word. You remind me of this song I wrote. I can't sing like Malcolm. I can hold a note. And you remind me of a song that I wrote about biggest dreams coming true, about accomplishing your dreams. Malcolm, what is your next biggest dream?
Well, my next biggest dream is two of them. One, I want to be able. God has us in a great place. My family has us in a great place. Everything that He has given us, He's done more than we can expect Him to do. But I would love to be able to just, set my wife up, set my kids up to where she doesn't have to work no more. We can take care of the kids, and when it's time for them to go to college, they'll be able to do so. That's my first dream. My second dream is to be a staple in this gospel industry and be able to do it in a way to where when people hear my music and then when they are able to see me live, they're saying, hey, every time we get something from Malcom or hear Malcom, he's giving his heart and he's pure with it, and so being that, those are my two dreams. And I know God, He'll make it happen. I know He'll do it for me.
Well, it's already done. That's number one. Everything in His will, right? It's already done.
Yeah.
My best friend always says, our words are listening, so they had to happen. So when it happens, I'm like, I remember when. I remember when Malcolm said, oh my word. So you mentioned your family. You are a husband, you are a father yourself. What type of legacy do you want to leave? When we see that gravestone, we see that dash between those years. what does that dash represent to you as in legacy?
I just want my legacy to just say that he wore a lot of hats. And when he wore those hats, he gave 100% in every area. And he was very versatile and multi-talented in everything he did. And the reason why I'm saying that is because not only am I an artist, not only do I lead worship, not only am I a father and a husband, but I also teach and I also coach as well. And so with doing all of those different things, the main goal is steering everyone that I'm involved with to Christ, but also at the same time, just being able to just have an impact on anybody that comes in encounter with myself. And so, yeah, that's what it is. You know, he's able to just take whatever God has given him and expand it and impact others. That's just what I want them to say.
Surprised who's already saying that. You'll be very surprised. Very surprised. So what would you say to those individuals, right? They're looking at you and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to do what he's doing. You know, that's a part of my dream. That's a part, I feel that's a part of my gift. What would you say to those individuals that's just getting started or haven't even started yet of fulfilling their goals and dreams in life?
I would say in everything that you do, always keep God in the center of everything that you do. Long as God is in the center, whatever that you have going on, whatever you're dreaming, whatever you want to happen, it will come to pass. And that's the main thing, being able to say yes to his will and being able to just surrender all to him. And when you are able to do that, and when you're able to allow him just to take you where he needs to take you, and understand that your path is not how other paths are that you admire or what you think may happen. When you're able to just say, God, I'm going with you, you know, he's going to take you there. He's going to do it for you. So other than that, there are going to be hurdles. There are going to be, the different obstacles. It may get hard. You may want to give up. I've been there plenty of times, especially if you're an independent artist. You know that grind is hard, super hard. But hey, when God is in the middle of everything that you got going on, doors and opportunities will open for you. Certain rooms that other people can't walk in, you'll be able to walk into. Certain deals that are on the table that are probably meant for the artist with the artist that's signed to a label, you'll be able to walk into those doors and get those opportunities too. You just gotta believe that he will do it for you, you know. And so that's the advice that I will give to anyone out there. Keep him in the center of everything that you do.
You can't go wrong.
Can't
go wrong. With him, it's impossible to go wrong. So yes, I love it. And that was for me too. I was listening to that too. That was thank you so much for those encouraging words. Yes, sir. How can we follow you on social media? And then again, listen to this amazing EP.
So you can follow me on social media. Everything is Malcom Christopher II. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It's all the same. So you can follow me there. As far as the music, it's on every streaming platform. It's there, you know. Go listen to it. Reach out to me. Let me know how it made you feel when you heard certain songs. What was your favorite song? And continue to just keep me in your prayers, because I know God has more in store, and I'm ready for it to be able to, give to you all. So, yeah.
All right, family, you heard it here, and all his information is in the description below as well. Malcom, thank you so much for being with us, and many, many blessings to you and your amazing ministry. Keep going, bro. Keep going.
I appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Think fam, don't go away. Back in a moment.
Hi there, I am Lolita Molina. I am an actress, author, advocate, if you will, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Looking for some of the best soul food right here in Mullen, South Carolina? I promise you. Come on down to Garden Alley.
Our grape salad's fabulous. Her water gate, her potato salad, her chicken is fresh. Macaroni and cheese is salted to perfection. I haven't found anything that's not great. Best ever.
Banana pudding, cakes, pies. Yeah. Selection is huge. Garden Alley is an awesome place to eat. I really love it.
Come by and see the amazing staff at Garden Alley, downtown Mullins.
What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Prince Hortboom and I play Jacob in Fate Seduction, and you guys are watching the Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, Pastor Eartha Edwards stops by. We discuss her music and her Stellar Award nomination. And Lokiba Holland is back with us, Fink Fam, to discuss his new documentary, Dying to Vote. Monday,